Hi there, friend. Welcome to the Pat Boone Hour. We Pat Boone fans of the 50s, I like the alliteration there, meet like this every week, and we usually have a theme, and today is no exception. We're going to feature a very important instrument in all of recording. It's almost on every record you will ever hear, not always, but most. And therefore, I think we need to pay special attention to the piano, the 88 keys that make you shout, make you weep, or jump for joy. And we're going to get right into it. I'm going to start with a song that piano is very important, of course. There's not much else in this particular recording. Johnny Ace recorded this song, and he and several others had hits on the charts, including, this will surprise you if you know who Kenneth Copeland, the evangelist, is. He was an aspiring singer, and he was a friend of mine. I knew him when he was in high school, and he recorded this song, and it got on the charts, the only record he ever had that was on the charts, and I had to record it too because it's just such a wonderful, emotional song. The piano plays a very important part in pledging my love.
Forever, my darling, my love will be true. Always and forever, I'll love just you. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. Make this fire in my soul here forever burn. My heart's at your command, dear, to keep love and to hold. Making you happy is my desire, dear. Keeping you is my goal. I'll forever love you the rest of my days. I'll never part from you and your loving ways. My heart's at your command, dear, to keep love and to hold. Making you happy is my desire, dear. Keeping you is my goal. I'll forever love you the rest of my days. I'll never part from you and your loving ways.
I have pledged my love, and I'm still earnest and sincere about that. I was married to my love for 65 years. She's waiting for me now in heaven, and I'm looking forward to our reunion because we did pledge our love. It was real and lasting, and I've always liked that song because of that. Now, here comes a guy who's done a lot of other things on the piano and is one of the best friends, recording-wise, the piano ever had. He treats it really ruggedly because, man, he plays with fervor. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Lucille's friend, Little Richard. This is the Pat Boone Hour on 50s on 5.
bone. Lucille was not in sight. I asked my friends about her, but all they looked was tight. Lucille, please come by what you belong. Bring her to you, baby. Please don't leave me alone. Lucille was not in sight. I asked my friends about her, but all they looked was tight. Lucille, please come by what you love. Think it to you, baby. Please don't leave me alone. Lucille, baby, satisfy my heart. Lucille, baby, satisfy my heart. Live on with you, baby, and gave you such a wonderful start.
When whippoorwill call and evening is night, I hurry to my blue heaven. You turn to the right, you find a little bright light that leads you to my blue heaven. You find a cozy place, fireplace, cozy room. Oh, the nest, that nest is where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and the baby make three. Be happy in my blue heaven. Night, I hurry to my blue heaven. Just turn to the right, you find a little bright light that leads you to my blue heaven. You find a cozy place, fireplace, cozy room. Oh, little nest, that nest is where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and baby make three. Be happy in my blue heaven.
Pat Boone here on Sirius XM 50s on 5. That is Antoine Fats Domino. He was called Fats because he was chubby. He actually was, and he was not embarrassed about it. Everybody called him Fats, and when I recorded Ain't That a Shame, they began to call me Pats. And he was a friend of the piano, and of course that's our main theme here today. We're going to feature a lot of piano and some of the friends of the piano, and of course Fats and Little Richard certainly were. Each of these artists is almost everybody on the show today, a pianist, and each has his own style, and certainly this guy, man, he gave the piano a rough time, almost like some of the rock guitarists did with their guitars, smashing their guitars at the end of a concert. By the time Jerry Lee Lewis got through with the piano, it needed therapy. But this one is, he calms down a little bit to do this song. He's playing piano, but this is from a movie that Richard Gere was in, starred in it, hit movie of the same name, and here's Jerry Lee Lewis, believe it or not, Breathless.
If you do love me, let's please don't tease. If I can hold you, then let me squeeze. My heart goes round and round. My love comes tumbling down. You leave me breathless. Well, I shake all over, and you know why. I'm sure it's love, honey, and that's no lie. 'Cause when you call my name, you know I burn like wood in flame. You leave me breathless. Ooh, baby, crazy. You're much too much. Honey, I can't love you enough. It's alright to hold me tight, but when you love me right. Oh, come on, baby, now don't be shy. This love was meant for you and I. When rain, sleet, or snow, I'm gonna be wherever you go. You have left me breathless. Love me right. Well, come on, baby, now don't be shy. Love was meant for you and I. When rain, sleet, or snow, I'm going to go big wherever you go. You leave me breathless.
The band was jumping, the people too. I mess around. They're doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. Everybody doing the mess around. Everybody was juiced, you can bet your soul. They did the boogie woogie with a steady roll. They mess around. They're doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. Everybody doing the mess around. Now, when I say stop, don't you move a peg. When I say go, just shake your leg and do the mess around. I declare, doing the mess around. Yeah, do the mess around. Everybody's doing the mess around. Now let me have it, there, boy. Got it, boy. Yeah. Oh, mess around. Go on, mess around. Mess around, boy. Now this band's gonna play from 9 to 1. Everybody here's gonna have some fun doing the mess around. Doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. Everybody doing the mess around. Now you see that girl with that diamond ring. She knows how to shake that thing, mess around. I declare she can mess around. Mess around. Everybody do the mess around.
Well, needless to say, one of the best friends the piano ever had, Mr. Ray Charles, whose style was so distinctive. You know, you had 2 bars, and you knew it was Ray Charles. It was not going to be anybody else. Nobody else played like him. And of course, that song, Mess Around, was featured in a movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, with Steve Martin and John Candy, and was actually played while they were, I won't go into the script, messing around. But Ahmet Ertegun wrote that song, and he just thought it would be great for Ray, and Ray did a great job. Now, we're going to change, styles and mood, because we've been doing mainly rhythm and blues, because the piano supplied the rhythm, of course, for rhythm and blues. But, it was also a backbone and a lifeline and so much other great music from the 50s. Here's the great orchestra leader Morris Stoloff and the fabulous theme from Picnic, Moonglow. My friend, you're listening to the Pat Boone Hour, Sirius XM's 50s on 5, and Pat Boone sitting in with you. Our theme is the piano today, and that was Rockin' Pneumonia, Huey Piano Smith. I love that whole idea, that theme, and the Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu, and it's catching. Well, Johnny Mathis didn't play piano, far as I know, but when I first heard of Johnny Mathis, my career was booming. I was having rock and roll records. It was 1957, and all of a sudden there was a new guy who I heard was a track guy, a hurdler. He actually jumped the hurdles as a track man, but he could sing, named Johnny Mathis. And this first record of his was Wonderful, Wonderful, which I'm not about to play for it because our theme is the piano. But Johnny recorded a lot of beautiful stuff, and it always featured, almost every case, lots of piano, including this one, which was his second record. His first one was Wonderful, Wonderful, and then Robert Allen had written that, and then he wrote a song called Twixt 12 and 20 for me, and Johnny and I became Robert Allen fans. But this is Robert Allen's song, sung by Johnny Mathis, lots of piano. It's not for me to say.
It's not for me to say you love me. It's not for me to say you'll always care. Oh, but here for the moment I can hold you fast and press your lips to mine and dream that love will last. As far as I can see, this is heaven. And speaking just for me, it's ours to share. Perhaps the glow of love will grow with every passing day, or we may never meet again, but then it's not for me to say. Speaking just for me, it's ours to share. Perhaps the glow of love will grow with every passing day, or we may never meet again, but then it's not for me to say.
Freeman here, Pat Boone 50s on 5. Do you want to dance? The answer is yes. When the piano's playing like that, and that's our theme. Now, I want to do a little short dissertation about the piano and about a certain use of the piano and what's called musically triplets. That's triplets. And pianists generally despise it because it's just they sit there like a robot and just go, like in my record I'm going to play for you, the biggest record I've ever had, featured triplets. And throughout my career, great pianists and conductors working with me recently with the Jerusalem Symphony in Israel. We did Love Letters in the Sand, and the pianist, I had to teach him, no, that's not that fluid accompaniment he was trying to play for me. Said, no, it has to be triplets, dot, 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 like the intro to April Love, but this is on a day, da, 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 ba, 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 ba. Oh, listen, why should I sing it like that? Let me play you the record. Listen to the piano, the triplets, the biggest selling record I ever had.
On a day like today, we pass the time away, writing love letters in the sand. How you laughed when I cried each time I saw the tide take our love letters from the sand. You made a vow that you would ever be true, but somehow that vow meant nothing to you. Now my broken heart aches with every wave that breaks over love letters in the sand. Now my broken heart aches with every wave that breaks over love letters in the sand.
You went away and left me a long time ago. Now you come back knocking at my door. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been.
Boom, 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 boom.
I begged you not to go, but you said goodbye. Now you come back telling all those lies. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been.
Boom, 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 boom.
I told you way back a long time ago, the day would come when you miss me so. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been.
Boom, 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 boom.
to your used to be, because your love's no good to me. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, I know where you be.
And that's my good friend from long ago, my fellow Dot Records stablemate. That's Dot Records, of course, Gail Storm. She was an actress, but she also sang. Randy Wood of Dot Records knew that, and he had her record several songs, and she did. Fats Domino's song, I Hear You Knockin', and believe it or not, she had a hit with it. And now coming up is one of my favorite groups of all time. And of course, the piano flourished on all of their records. The songs that they did, most of them written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, or the Coasters. And I loved everything they ever did, especially this song, Searchin'.
Gonna find her. Gonna find her. Gonna find her. Gonna find her. Yeah, I've been searching. I'm searching. Oh yeah, searching every which way. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, searching. I'm searching, searching every which way, yeah, yeah. But I'm like that northwest mountain. You know I'll bring her in someday. Gonna find her. Well, now if I have to swim a river, you know it. And if I have to climb a mountain, you know it. And if she's hiding up on a blueberry hill, am I gonna find a child? You know
Pat Boone here on Sirius XM 50s on 5. That was Autumn Leaves by the great Roger Williams, #1 single for much of the fall in 1955, and Roger Williams' first giant big hit. And I have such admiration for him. I started a label for a lot of us artists called the Gold Label. Artists who had sold millions of records were still performing, but whose record companies had kind of let them go because they were all looking for the new ones. And so I created an album that is a label for us oldies. Roger Williams was on, and we did an album of his, a live concert album. It's one of the most entertaining albums I ever heard, and I'll play you something from it eventually. Now, coming up with our theme, of course, the piano, and we talked a lot about these two writers, Lieber and Stoller. They wrote this song for a fellow named Wilbert Harrison, actually not for him. He had the big hit with it. But before he had the big hit with this song, it was recorded by Little Willie Littlefield earlier that same year, 1952, and for some reason that didn't quite click, but when Wilbert Harrison did it, it became the fabulous classic Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Bond. Be stand on the corner, 12th Street and Bonnet, with my Kansas City baby and a bottle of Kansas City wine. Well, I might take the train, I might take the plane, but if I have to walk, I'm going just the same. Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. Got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. Ah, but you know, yeah, my side. Woman, I know I'm gonna die. Gotta find a brand new baby. That's the reason why. Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one.
my dear, come closer. The nicest part of any melody is when you're dancing close to me. So put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. All I want is loving you and music, music, music. Come on, everybody, put some nickels and keep that old Nickelodeon playing. Music, music, music. Dum dee da dee dum dee da dee dum, dum dee da dee dum, and music, music, music. Dum dee da dee dum, dum dee da dee dum, dum dee da dee dum, and music, music, music.
What a voice. What a voice. That you'll never confuse Teresa Brewer with anybody else. She had a very distinctive sound, and you may be wondering, what is she singing about? That was a 1950 hit. Big, 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 big hit. And it just continued right through the 50s. And you still hear it today, maybe in commercials or something. But what's the Nickelodeon? What's that nickel and a Nickelodeon about? Well, it was literally a machine in which you dropped a nickel, and it would play a little music video. You had to stand there and look down into it, and it was the beginning of music videos, if you can imagine, and it was a little machine, beginning of jukeboxes, and you literally put an actual nickel in it, and it would entertain you for the length of that song, visually and audibly. That's what she's singing about, and now you know, as Paul Harvey used to say, the rest of the story. Now, here comes Bill Doggett with Smokey, Part 2.
A long, long time ago, on graduation day, you handed me your book. I signed this way: roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. We dated through high school, and when the big day came, I wrote into your book next to my name: roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. Then I went far away, and you found someone new. I read your letter, dear, and I wrote back to you: roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, good luck, may God bless you. Is that your little girl? She looks a lot like you. Someday some boy will write in her book too: roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you.
Pat Boone here on Sirius XM 50s on 5. That's my buddy Bobby Vinton. And of course, featuring the piano in this big, big hit of his. It was a hit all over the world, and it was his actual first #1 record. It was on the charts in Australia, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, and of course the U.S., as well as being top 5 in England, most of Europe, and India. If you want a big record that has a lot of piano on it, play Bobby Vinton's Roses Are Red. By the way, Bobby, like Andy Williams, and even I myself, had a theater in Branson for a while. It was the Bobby Vinton Theater in Branson, and it went very well. I appeared in Andy Williams' theater, the Moon River Theater, eventually, and then I did the Will Rogers Follies in the theater. It was just called the Will Rogers Theater, but it was me doing Will Rogers for a year, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Coming up now, another buddy, and the piano plays a very, very important part in this beautiful love song by Steve Lawrence, The Portrait, My Love.
There could never be a portrait of my love, for nobody could paint a dream. You will never see a portrait of my love, for miracles are never seen. Anyone who sees her soon forgets the Mona Lisa. It would take, I know, a Michelangelo, and he would need the glow of dawn that paints the sky above, to try and paint a portrait of my love. It would take, I know, a Michelangelo, and he would need the glow of dawn that paints the sky above, to try and paint a portrait of my love.
Get out of that bed, wash your face and hands. Get out of that bed, wash your face and hands. Well, you get in that kitchen, make some noise with the pots and pans. Well, you wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. Well, you wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. I can't believe my eyes, all that mess belongs to you. I believe to the soul you devil in my house. I believe to the soul you devil in my house. Well, Lord, I work the faster my money goes. I said shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Well, you won't do right to save your doggone soul. Yeah, blood. I like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. I like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. But I can look at you till you ain't no child no more. I shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Well, you won't do right to save your doggone soul. I lay over the hill, way down underneath. I lay over the hill, way down underneath. You make me roll my eyes, baby, make me grit my teeth. I said shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Well, you won't do nothing to save your doggone soul. Shake, rattle and roll.
Yes, sir. Shake, rattle, and roll. Get out in that kitchen and rattle some pots and pans. That is a little bit of Americana. Big Joe Turner, he was a big band singer, very widely respected, and he got into some rock and roll when Bill Haley and the Comets needed something to follow their big hit of Rock Around the Clock. They picked up on Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and this was a time when we were all covering each other's songs. There was nothing wrong. In fact, it was a compliment to do somebody else's song, your version of it. And there, I don't know why, but growing up in Nashville, Tennessee, certainly not a blues background, I loved the blues. I was just drawn to the blues, and I wanted to sing it. And when I heard Big Joe Turner and he did his songs and the way he sang them, I just had to do another song of his. I covered him with his big hit, but this is my version of Honey, Hush Yourself.
Honey, come in this house, stop all that yakety-yak. Honey, come in this house, stop all that yakety-yak. Come fix my supper, don't want no talking back. Oh, well, you keep on jabbing and you talk about this and that. Oh, well, you keep on jabbing and you talk about this and that. I got news for you, baby, you ain't nothing but an alley cat. Turn off the waterworks, baby, they don't move me no more. Turn off the waterworks, baby, they don't move me no more. When I leave this time, I ain't coming back no more. Oh, honey, hush. Come in this house and stop all that yakety-yak. Come here, little woman, stop all that yakety-yak. Don't make me nervous, 'cause I'm holding a baseball bat. Singing hi-yo, hi-yo, silver. Hi-yo, hi-yo, silver. Singing hi-yo, hi-yo, silver. Hi-yo, hi-yo, silver. Singing hi-yo, hi-yo, silver, away.
Well, I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to hush. I have to, actually, because I've used up my time. I hope you've enjoyed it, featuring the piano, all kinds of great music and friends of the piano. And we'll have a different theme next week. And I'm hoping you'll write me your idea of a theme or an artist you want to hear or any other suggestion you may have. Just write Pat Boone at SiriusXM.com. I'll be listening for you. I hope our little piano show has brought you a lot of joy. And hear me each week on my show, The Pat Boone Hour. See you then. God bless you.